Okay, so this was an idea that crossed my mind yesterday, and it's something that I just can't shake now because I was reviewing the trends in the teachings of spiritual leaders and mentors and life coaches over the last several decades. And then I was also comparing it to the trends in pop culture where, fantasy movies, fantasy novels, sci-fi, and then you correlate that with discoveries in science and you compare all of this. And I'm starting to realize that we're reaching an evolution in spiritual leadership. Hear me out. So a lot of the spiritual leaders up until this point are basically helping you become familiar, understand, and accept the concept that we live in a quantum field or a ocean of energy that literally allows you to manifest with a thought. That in order to change your reality, you don't have to change yourself. You don't even have to change your thoughts. You have to embody the energy of the reality that you want to live in so that you can collapse the barriers between the one you're in so you can enter the one you want to be in. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. So when I was looking and reviewing it, all of this and thinking about it in my head, I realized that the evolution is not like new tactics or new challenges or new practices or, do you know what I mean? There's no more rules. What it is guiding people and teaching them how to really talk to their higher self, connect to their energetic being, to truly learn how to have that communion on a daily so that they can understand that from that point on, they're their own guide. They're their own teacher. They don't need anybody else. Once they learn and establish that connection and the communication, they literally can manifest any life they want. But they need that relationship. So spiritual leadership might be slowly turning it into a place where we teach people how to connect inward, trust themselves, guiding them to believe that their higher self truly does have their highest good in mind and that they don't have to have all the answers. They just have to follow the communication, the physical nudges in our body, the emotions, all four parts that get communicated with through our higher selves. And our mind does get communicated to. It's just we don't interpret it properly, and our ego is like our AI that needs some reprogramming because it grew up in a system that propagated fear mongering and control and separation and disconnection. So we have to correct that. And it does take some practice to learn that you don't have to do that if you aren't willing just to shift your reality into the one you want. Isn't that bananas? So I think possibly my inspiration for my course to teach people how to become self-aware, to show them how to recognize where their energy is being expended or increased, and how to truly understand their own physical and non-physical needs versus wants, is going to be maybe the beginning of a trend that a lot of people are probably going to adapt. And I'm not saying my course is going to be a template by any means. It's completely divinely inspired, so I have no idea where it's going to go, but I think that's the point, right? Because my goal has always been to show people the power they have inside of themselves, who they really, truly are, that they're not a meaty flesh sack, they're not their mind, they're not the weird ego that wants to screw with them, they're not even their physical body, and they're not their emotions. These are just things we experience. They're things that are a part of us, things that help us communicate to our higher selves, but they're not us. So once people learn those things and connect to those things and start to properly understand them, it will set them free in a way that I think we all really need. Anyways, it's just an idea. If you have any thoughts on it, I'd love to hear it because I'm still rolling this one around in my brain. Maybe my brain needs a vacation. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. That was just my thought. So yeah, possibly the new trend in spiritual guidance is basically showing people that they don't need guidance. What they need is themselves. And we just have to help them learn how to do that. Wouldn't that be fun? I think it'd be great, because then we get to see millions and billions of people create their own unique pathway to ascension. It would make the world amazingly magical, don't you think? Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm gonna go now. Bye.